This simple morning routine has made me over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. And I credit any success that I've had to this morning routine. And I also credit all of my lows along my entrepreneurial journey to not doing this morning routine, because when I strayed away from it, I got punished for it, and I got punished for it bad. So look, just do this because it works if you work it. Look, this isn't going to be one of those videos that talks about how you have to wake up at some absurd hour and take a super cold shower and then get into a sauna to do some more cold stuff and put ice on your face and rub banana peels and then get red light saunas and treatments and whatnot and meditate and say all of these words that are gonna manifest stuff into your life, all these positive affirmations, and then work out and then do all this type of stuff and eat something crazy. This isn't that at all. And I'm pretty sure that you may have never heard anything like this before, because I haven't heard anybody say that they do this every single morning outside of myself. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you're just gonna be doing a whole bunch of stupid morning routines that don't work, and they really just waste your time. So look, this is what you need to understand out the gate. Majority, I won't even say majority, like all these things that you hear, all these people and all of these gurus talk about these morning routines, they're bullshit. And the reason why I say that they're BS is because majority of the time, they're just time wasters, and you don't really need to put in that many hours of work per day to get to a 7-figure level. Like, I only work anywhere between 2 to 4 hours per day, right? But a lot of people's morning routines takes out such a big chunk of their morning that like half the day is gone before you even get to working. And when these people say that they have all these absurd morning routines, they're not telling you about what they used to do to get to that point. They got to a certain point and then they started doing all this crazy cockamamie stuff, right? And then people try to emulate what the person that has gotten here is doing now. And then they're wondering why that stuff doesn't work for them, because they didn't do all of that cold plunge, red light therapy, meditate, this, that, positive affirmations, do this, read this book, take this hike, sit in a flower bed. Like, that didn't get them to the success. And why they claim that stuff works now is because it gets them in the proper mental state. And that's all that you need to do each and every single morning, is that you need to figure out a way to get yourself in a proper mental state to win for the day. And this is what I do each and every single morning. And the genesis of me making this actual video is because this saved my day today. Because these are one of these days where I didn't feel like doing anything. I just wanted to lay in the bed. But I know that tomorrow, or the time that you're seeing this, April 1st, is my 9-year anniversary as an entrepreneur. I fired my job April 1st, 2016. And every single April 1st, I celebrate that. And I know that there's some things that I need to do today so I can have my day to fully celebrate how I want to do tomorrow. And doing my morning routine got me in the mind frame to do what I need to do today, to get what I need to get done today, because I didn't even want to make a YouTube video today. Like, I was going to put this off. But my morning routine got me back in the right mind state. And it's one simple question that I ask myself every single day when I wake up. And this is all that I do for my morning routine. Who do you want to be today? That simple question right there. Who do you want to be today? And then I answer that question, and then I get what I need to get done for the day. Because here's what most people don't realize. And I have this saying that I say, the be comes before the get, right? So what that means is that you have to become the person before you can get what it is that you actually desire. And like over 99% of people have this completely backwards. They think that they're going to get something that they desire first, and then they will become somebody else, right? So since I make a bunch of business content, if I use money as an example, majority of people think that once they get a certain amount of money, then they will start doing certain things. But I'm like, no, the be comes before the get. So you have to become that person first in order to get the income that you want to make. because you have maxed out 100% of what you are capable of doing with who you are right now. If you could do more, then you would already be doing more. So how do you get more? You have to transform and you have to become something different. So I ask myself every single morning, who do I want to be today? So this morning when I was just laying in the bed, I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing nothing. I'm just gonna go back to sleep in, wake up later, eat a bunch of snacks, catch up on my shows. That's what I'm gonna do today. But even though I had this thought, I'm disciplined enough every single morning to ask myself that question. Who do you want to be today? And then I answer that question if I want to be the person that claims that I want to do these certain things, but I don't put in the effort for them. That's how most people are. They say that they want to do all these great things, but they never do any of the things that are required for the great things to happen. And in that moment, this morning, I asked myself, who do I want to be? And then I answer that question. And then I say, okay, well, what my brain is telling me, what it wants to do today, just be lazy and just get all of these cheap dopamine hits? Do I want to be that person that God has blessed with another day to get better, and that God has given me another opportunity today, because tomorrow doesn't exist? Tomorrow is just a fantasy land where goals and dreams and aspirations go to die. Like, think about that. How many people have you heard, or even yourself, how many times have you said, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes? I'll do it tomorrow, then tomorrow comes. I'll do it next week, then next week comes. I'll do it next month. I'm gonna do this next year. And then people, they never actually start on what it is that they claim that they want to do. Why? Because they're poor mentally. And when I say poor, a lot of people, they think that I'm talking about a financial status. Like, no, POOR is an acronym. POOR. POOR stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly, right? So people stay poor because they don't take action now. And now, NOW, stands for no opportunities wasted, right? So I'm like, if I'm granted with another opportunity to do what it is that I claim that I want to do I want to be the person that passes up on that opportunity today? I said, no. I got my ass up out the bed, did what I needed to do. I'm shooting this YouTube video. I got some work that I'm doing right after this video, because I know that I have to be first before I can get. I know that I have to become the person that is worthy of what it is that I desire. I know that I can't just get something that I desire without becoming the person first. And every single time along my entrepreneurial journey, when I got whooped, and I'm telling you, I have been through the lowest of lows. When I reflect back on that, and I'm always in a reflective mode every single time that my fire year job anniversary comes across every April 1st. And when I reflect back on my low points as an entrepreneur, I wasn't asking myself that question as soon as I opened my eyes each and every single day. Who do you want to be today? Right? I got off track in certain moments because I wasn't disciplined enough to bring my thoughts back to what it is that I actually want to do, not my thoughts. And that might sound crazy when I say it to you, but you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. You are you. And meditating really taught me that. Like, if you think that you control your thoughts, just sit down for 15 to 20 minutes, meditate, and see if you can control your thoughts. You'll see that there's so much stuff that it's just running through your mind, and some stuff will run through there and you'll be like, whoa, what is that? What is that? Cause that ain't me. Like, what was that thought, right? And when I say you can't control your thoughts, I'm not saying that you can't control all your thoughts, but majority of thoughts that run through your head, you don't control them. So your thoughts are not you. You are you. But your brain is like a dumb AI, right? And your brain basically runs off of a series of ones and zeros. So let's say that a 1 is something that feels good, something that registers as good, like it feels good, I want that. And the 0 registers as something that doesn't feel good, discomfort, pain, right? All that the brain wants to do, because it's not in the world, right? The only way that your brain experiences the world is through you. Is that all it wants to do is hit as many of these ones as possible, everything that feels good. It only wants to basically get high, because we have this chemical in our brain called dopamine. And anything that triggers as something that feels good registers as a 1. And everything that doesn't feel good registers as a 0. So a lot of the time for us to get to where we want to be at in life and in business, we have to do a lot of things that register as a 0, right? But that's something that we want to do, but the brain doesn't want to feel that. So the brain's like, well, let's just do all these things that register as a 1, like me this morning. How about we just go back to sleep? How about we just wake up later? How about we just catch up on the White Lotus while you're in the bed today and go and get some snacks from Trader Joe's and just have a swell time, right? Because I don't want to do these things that register as a 0. But me asking myself that simple question every single morning, who do you want to be? It brings me back to me. And I can just ignore those thoughts and be like, okay, that's not me, because I know what it is that I actually desire. I know where I'm actually headed, and I know what I need to do to get there. So let me go ahead and do some of these things that don't feel so good in the moment. And everybody else is just out here getting brainwashed for failure, really, by their brain and their thoughts that they identify with, even though those thoughts are not actually them. And they're just doing the easy stuff. They're just doing everything that feels good, because anything that registers as a 0 to them in their brain instead of a 1, they don't want to do it. And then they find all kinds of ways to procrastinate, or they find all kinds of ways to put stuff off, or they'll find some type of way to do something that they actually enjoy, but it's disguised as them like learning or being productive or actually doing some type of work, when they're actually just wasting time. A lot of the times it's learning, right? A lot of times it may be sitting here watching a YouTube video. You know you got some stuff to do, but instead you're like, oh, let me go watch some YouTube videos to learn how to do this stuff. Well, you've been watching YouTube videos for years. You don't watch 10 YouTube videos about the subject today. When you gonna get up and do the stuff that they're talking about in the YouTube videos? But you're learning, right? Or are you actually procrastinating doing what you know that you actually need to do? So you can feel good about yourself. You can get a little dopamine release, give yourself a little pat on the back and say, oh, I learned something today. But you really didn't learn anything, because you're not implementing anything. You're just watching video after video after video. All right, but that's as simple as my morning routine is. I just ask myself one question every single morning. Who do you want to be today? And then I answer that question. And then I do the things that are required for me to be that person today. Because it's all about focus, and focus, F-O-C-U-S, stands for follow one course until successful. So if I have one big goal that I want to achieve for the year, right? Then I'll break that down into months. Okay, what do I need to get done each month to achieve this thing that I want to achieve for the year? Okay, well, what do I need to do each week in order to achieve the thing that I need to achieve this month, to string along a string of months that are successful to achieve what I want to achieve for the year? Okay, well, now that I know I need to get this done by this week, okay, what is it that I need to get done each day in order to build up to my successful week? Okay, let's do these things each and every single day, but I'm only focusing on one thing today. Let's get this one main objective done that will lead into me having a successful day, which will lead into a string of successful days, to whereas I have a successful week, which will lead into a string of successful weeks, which will lead into a successful month, which will lead into a string of successful months, which will lead to a successful year. But it all comes back to me just asking, who do I want to be today? And then doing those things that are required, because the be comes before the get. I have to become a different person in the now in order to get what it is that I desire. I can't desire something and then get it and then think that I'm going to change. It doesn't work like that. And then once I answer this simple question each and every single morning, then my daily schedule is pretty much the same. I do 3 things each and every single day that helps me achieve that one main thing that I'm focused on. I work in public, I teach everything that I know, and I create every day, right? So I work in public. And then one of the reasons why I'm able to garner audience is because I teach everything that I know. And a lot of people, they don't realize that the best way to actually learn something is to teach it. Learn something, apply it, see what you can get from it, see what works for you and what didn't work for you and whatnot, and then teach other people. That's how you actually learn more, and that's how you actually start to gather an audience, and that's how you actually start to build your personal brand, right? Through teaching. And you don't have to be an expert to teach everything that you know, because a lot of people, they have this twisted also. A lot of people, they don't teach because they think that they have to be some expert, or they think that they have to be at some super high guru Mensa level. But look, people don't teach because they're experts. People become experts because they teach. So if you can think about anybody in any industry, in any field, in any niche that you deem to be an expert at something, why do you think they're the expert? Because they publicly teach everything that they know, and most likely they work in public. So I work in public, teach everything that I know, and I create every day because I know that I'm going to be better today if I put something into the universe that did not exist yesterday. I know that I'm the ultimate creator on earth. I know that I'm made in God's image, and God is the ultimate creator, and He made us to create on this planet, right? Like, if you just look around at the world, nothing else has the creation capabilities that we do as humans. We are intended to create. And anybody that you see that is living an unfulfilled life, right? Anybody that you see that's out here sad all the time, depressed, unfulfilled, not doing anything that they're passionate about, they all share one thing in common. They don't create nothing. They just be existing. They don't create anything in the world. They don't realize that they have the power to create. Like, life doesn't just happen. You make life happen. You can create your own world within the world through your power to create. And something else about the mind, if you can visualize it, then that means that it's real and that you can create it and bring it into fruition, because your mind is not able to come up with stuff that doesn't exist. So if I was to ask you what a procrastination looks like, right? An animal, a procrastination, right? You can't vision that. Why? Because a procrastination doesn't exist. So if you can visualize it, you can see it, that means that it's real and it is here for you. Now you just have to use your power to create, get on the same frequency to bring it here, but it's already out there. And look, I know a lot of the stuff that I talk about, it might sound a little cuckoo to you, and it's supposed to, because if you understood this stuff, then you would already be doing it and you wouldn't be watching this video, right? So I know a lot of the stuff that I say doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and I'm cool with that, because if it did make sense to them, then they would already be doing it. But a lot of the stuff that I say that sounds crazy to majority of people, I'm cool with that, because I don't want to live a life like majority of people. And I'm cool being the oddball out, because everybody over here that's fitting in, they're all miserable, and they're waking up at a time that they don't want to wake up, to do stuff that they don't want to do, to drive to a place that they don't want to drive, to be around people that they don't want to be around each and every single day of their life, and getting pulled away from their loved ones and their families and stuff that they enjoy doing every single day. I'm like, well, if that's the group thinking over here, I'm cool doing my oddball man stuff over here. And it doesn't just work for me. Like, the weird stuff that I talk about seems to help other people, like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community and entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $97 a month to join right now. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description to tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But look, all of these crazy morning routines, they're a load of crap. Like, there's no way around doing the work that you need to do, but you need to get yourself in the proper mindset to do the work that you need to do each and every single day. And the quicker that you can get started on what it is that you need to do, outside of doing all these crazy routines to give you a false sense that you've accomplished something today, but you really didn't even do anything, but you were productive, right? You need to cut them out. And productivity also, especially in the entrepreneur space, is a lie also. You don't become more productive by doing more things. You become more productive by cutting out the bullshit and doing less things, so you can actually focus and follow that one course until successful. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. Go ahead and check out this video right here for 6 reasons why your content is not growing your personal brand and how to fix it. It's Credit at the Top.